Yeah, I think he's hurt.
In this week's episode, we are rescuing a turtle. Some of this might be kind of hard to watch, so if you are sensitive to hurt wildlife, please do not watch this next section. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, he's not gonna make it.
He just seemed so weak.
Yeah. Start looking up the number for Fish and Wildlife.
I kept trying to get close, but without any real idea as to what to do. I was mainly just trying to keep my eye on him.
Oh man. Sorry, buddy.
While Kim was on the phone trying to find out what we needed to do, I just tried to keep him company. After a while, another Good Samaritan boater stopped by to see what was going on.
They said to try and get a hold of it if you can. I managed to sneak up right next to it the first time when I just paddled up to it, so. But every time he pops his head up, he'll look at me and then he dives and comes back up like 30, 40 feet away. And they said sometimes they have to wait for them to be more disabled before they can then catch them. Right. So, I don't know. I'm gonna give it a try and see. They said they'll meet us over at the boat launch to pick it up, so. I see him right now. Where's he at?
At this point, after seeing him come to surface so many times, I didn't have a whole lot of hope that he would survive this. After a little while, another boat stopped by to see what was up.
No, there's a hurt turtle right here. What? There's a hurt turtle right here that's like floating end up, and the Fish and Wildlife guys said to try and get a hold of him if I can, but I don't know how to catch a turtle. Yeah, right here. Yeah, cast net might work. Yeah, I thought he was tangled too, but he's like, it looks like a prop strike, so his end's full of air and he can't dive. They said bring him over to the boat launch and they'll send the volunteer turtle guys out. I was like, all right, I'll try and get him. Come here, you.
I actually had him by the fin here for a bit, and he was barely able to get away.
He was right here. He just went straight down. The lot. About this big. About 1.5 feet, 2 foot. Yeah, he's not super huge, but he's like, you know, about that big around. And he's tired every time I force him down. Like he'll go down once for like about 40 seconds and then he'll pop up. Then after that.
You got an eye on him?
He was right here. We just gotta wait for him to pop up again now. Yeah, the Fish and Wildlife, there he is. Oh. I had him by the flipper before and he like almost isn't strong enough to get away from me. His back end of his shell's all busted up. So they said like try and get him at like 3 and 9. Yeah, every other time when he really goes down, he'll go down like about 30, 45, maybe 60 seconds, and then he can't hold himself down, he pops back up.
He's probably got an air bladder issue.
Yeah, so she said sometimes they'll get hit and then they'll heal and they get air trapped inside them and then it's like a thing for however long. But this one to me looks like it's been hit like today or yesterday. She said look for blood. I was like, I don't see any blood. Again, he's tired though. You can still see him, he's right there.
Wait, right in front of him?
Right there, yeah, he's coming back up, right there.
That's close.
We tried all kinds of things. We couldn't get him in the cast net or with the other net, but just after the battery died, we did get a hold of him and get him onto the boat.
It's okay, buddy. We're gonna get you somewhere safe, all right?
What this work is.
Okay. Yep. If he doesn't fit, then we're gonna have to go on the floorboard.
Oh, you want her on the front seat?
No, like on the floorboard is fine if she'll fit. If not, then
Is your back seat pulled up?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't want
Yeah.
to shove the head in
no,
there.
that's okay. Let's stick her. We'll still have to go in the bed of the truck. I gotta rearrange some stuff.
Well, that was definitely one of the more exciting evenings I've ever had. We managed to rescue that turtle and got it to Fish and Wildlife, and they're taking it to a rescue society as we speak. So hopefully our little turtle fella survives. And wow, that was, did not expect that. What a cool night.
The Fish and Wildlife lady just called too, and she wanted to thank us for helping. Said the turtle's is in good hands now, and she also had called the guy that reported it like an hour before us.
Right.
But he was with a tour group, so he couldn't stop.
Right.
So anyway, he was so happy to hear that the turtle's been rescued. Yay!
Yeah, what an evening.
Yeah.
So, if you like rescued turtles, don't forget to like and subscribe below. I'm ready for a nap and some bug spray. It is crazy out here tonight. We will see you tomorrow.
Night.
Well, after all that excitement, I'm afraid the rest of this video might come across as slightly mundane. We decided to go ashore and check out the park next to us. There's also a sunken sailboat nearby to look at, and a Veterans Memorial Park. Let's go see what we can find. Being a bit of a history buff, we spent tons of time talking with Arya about historical conflicts, because at the end of the day, to quote George Santayana, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
Wow, that was a pretty cool place. This is the Veterans Memorial Sanctuary Island in Vero Beach, Florida.
Yeah. It's a nice place to just come and sit.
It's very peaceful here,
Yeah.
except the squirrels.
They seem a little aggressive.
The squirrels were a little on the aggressive side. I thought they were going to come nibble on my toes at one point.
They were like this far away from us.
Yeah.
It's peaceful here. I really like that.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I'm glad we decided to come. We're anchored just right next door, and we saw it on the map, so I thought we'd come check it out.
Yeah.
After social studies, Arya insisted that it was time for phys ed and recess. But we got attacked by squirrels again instead.
Please don't come closer. Oh my god. I don't like squirrels. Oh my gosh, it's like a kitty.
Obstacle course time.
I want something like to grab onto my, like I wish this was more easier to grab onto. You're stuck in here. Back to the start. You're gonna do it?
I don't know. I got flip-flops on. Probably not a good idea. Turd alert!
After all that fun, Ari was feeling pretty warm and needed to cool off.
Feel better?
Feel better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got wet socks.
Oh man,
Yeah, well.
wet socks.
Oh.
Then it was time to head home.
There we go.
Ta-da!
Well, that was fun. That was a nice ending to that adventure.
They don't know what happened.
There was a guy filling up like a blue water jug, and I was like, he's Cruiser. I'm gonna talk to him. So anyway, we just sat and talked to this guy, this single guy that's on a boat in the same anchorage. And yeah, for like what, an hour?
Like an hour or more, we chatted with them about all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things about cruisers and cruising is just
Yeah.
ease of conversation about
Boats and life
Things.
and adventures.
yeah.
So anyway, we were gonna go for more walking, but I guess not.
I'm spent.
Yeah,
for
that was
dinner.
nice. It was nice though.
All right, good morning. So one of the many chores that we have to do aboard when you live on a sailboat is to source water. I wish we could afford a water maker. Not that I would run it in Vero Beach here in the Indian River, but it sure would be nice to be able to make water sometimes. Most of the time, we take the big boat over to a fuel dock or something like that. We're getting diesel anyway, and we fill up on water then. But sometimes, when you're hanging out in one spot for a little longer, it takes a little more inventiveness to try and find some water. That's what we're going to do this morning. We're going to head over to a park nearby where they have freshwater spigots, and we'll fill up some water jugs and pour them into the boat, and we'll probably make 2 or 3 trips doing that. Oh, and of course, the one other thing we got to do whenever we go to shore is to try and find somewhere to get rid of the garbage. So we'll try and see if I can find that while I'm over there getting water.
Getting water is thirsty work.
All right, one more trip back to the spigot. Fill these jugs up. We also, on top of filling the tank right now, we drink out of these 2 jugs almost exclusively, unless we need to drink out of the tank. And we fill these jugs, 1-gallon jugs from those jugs, and then we fill our water bottles from the 1-gallon jug. So I'm gonna make one more trip back and fill the 5-gallon jugs one more time, and then we'll be set for another, at these temperatures, about 5 days. Yeah. That's about all we get. We get about 2 gallons per day. And then the tank, I think, would actually be good. I mean, like tanks, I think would be good for
A week and a half?
Yeah, a week or 10 days, depending on how much showering and stuff we do. That's a pretty big usage of water, is filling that Roundup sprayer with shower water all the time. But it is what it is. And, it's hot today, but at the end of the day, it's really not that big a deal.
I appreciate you.
Thanks, love.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. See you in a minute. One more trip. Well, more than a minute.
Yeah.
I'm pretty fast on this trip.
You were, actually.
After all that, we decided to take Arya for a surprise to cool off. Oh, and this turtle is not the surprise, although it's very cool.
Do you have an idea of what we're doing?
Yes, I thought we were just walking through.
We're walking through there.
Yeah. Right through the water.
Right through there. Let's go.
Two hours later.
Well.
That was awesome.
That was great. It turns out there's a spray park like 400 meters from the boat.
Yeah.
With dock access, sorta.
Yeah.
So I will take it. It was fantastic to cool off a little today. And with that, we went back to that spray park almost every single day while we were in Vero Beach. But for this week, we are gonna leave you right there. As always, thank you so much for being here to watch the video this week. We really appreciate every single view. If you haven't got a chance to yet, please do not hesitate to subscribe to our channel. It is free for you and it makes a world of difference for us. We also want to say thank you to our Patreons for continuing to support our journey. Without you, all of this would not be possible. We also want to say an extra big thank you to the names that you are seeing on screen now for always going the extra mile to make sure that these episodes can continue to get made and that the adventure continues. Thank you so much, and we will see you next week when we move out of Vero Beach and move north up the Indian River Lagoon to a little spot called Serenity Island, where we get ourselves right in the middle of some police action. Tune in next week. We'll see you there.